Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. This week seemed like it took a long time to get through, but we made it. We made it. All right, so we are finishing up. Um, if you haven't finished the other Neopods, you need to finish those, and we have two pods to do today. Again, this is in the interest of two things: to get you to review for the test that's coming up in about a week. Hopefully that you really are studying for it. And secondly, it'll get you some grades this week. Progress reports are coming up, and we've been so busy reviewing, we haven't been quizzing. So the efforts of your review today will count towards a grade for the progress report, which comes out on Tuesday. So you should have done biodiversity and ecosystems already. Again, do all the activities. I am recording scores for those. And then today, so I'm in the modules, as you could see. So the module that says prepping for Georgia milestones. And right after the one that you did last time, I have the new one for today. So that's cell function and classification. So, and I'm going to go in from my side because otherwise it'll make me do weird things. All right, so the first one, cell function and classification. They want you to, and then you guys, what's today, the 17th. Okay. All right, I already shared that with you. Whoops. Come on. That's what I need. I need to view. All right, so for this one, you need to pull out your worksheet that has all the cell parts on it. So it will help you, because this one basically just wants you to label the parts of the cell. There's no quiz with it. This is a participation score, so you need to just make sure that you have labeled everything to get 100% participation on this one. And then the second one, you actually do have to answer questions. So, all right. So once you get logged into that, it's going to have pictures of the cell, and you'll have to fill in all the information for the parts of the cell. So that's what this one will be about. And that's all that this one is about, is filling in all of the functions for the different parts of the cell. So make sure that you answer all of that so you can get your 100 for that. And then I think I got everybody in. I won't have to repeat this. Yay. All righty. Oops, somebody is missing. Okay, Anaya. All right, I'll catch her up when she logs in. All right, the second one, you do have to answer some questions about that one. And I've already shared that with you. Why don't you just let me preview it? All right, it's not letting me preview like the last. Oh, here we go, preview. I don't want to preview it like that though. Okay, let's do it this way. All right, I'm just doing it as a teacher version of it. You will have the student version of it. So you're going to watch the video, and all these little places here have questions for you to answer things. So that one, does have activities other than label the cell. So the first one, you have to just label all the parts of the cell, and that's all you're done with this one. This one has some things that you need to go through. Okay, this one is on classification. So we've talked about, yes. Hello?
I can't find, is this like an assignment in modules? Because I can't find it in my to-do list on modules.
Okay, I'll come back and show you where that is. Let's see, let me come out of this. All right, Nearpod review. Let me do this as a student.
Could just be my computer because
Okay,
it'd be it's lagging, but.
All right, so this should be, let me go back this. So you should be in the module that says Georgia Milestone Test Practice. So it should be right up underneath. Let me come out of here because I'm in student view. So let me make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okie dokie, 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 dokie. So right after genetics, you should have something that says biology EOC practice packet. And today's last class, it was the biodiversity and ecosystems. Today, it's the cells and classification. So you might need to refresh your page if you logged in earlier, because I think I just put them in the module. They were on the desktop, but they weren't in the module. So refresh your page. They should be in your module, in this module that says biology EOC practice.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, good. All right. So again, those are the two links for you to work on. Please make sure you finish the other ones because I'm working on putting those grades in right now. And then I'll put these grades in either over the weekend or Monday. And those will be in time for a progress report. So if you leave anything out, it'll be missing on your progress report. Okay? Again, class time for class work, please, please, please. Any questions, please ask. Today is Friday, so I do tutorial at the end of the day. So if you still have questions or need me to fix something for you, or if there are things on the study guide, again, use the first column of the online study guide to know the topics on the test. Go through and look at, let me pull that up right now so you know what I'm talking about. Come on, computer is so slow. All right, passing these tests that we don't make is all about preparation and okay, here we go. All right, so if you're, please do use this as a study guide. Like I said, the test is coming up on the 27th for you. Do the study guide, biology. And what we're doing today comes, so I'm trying to go through all the topics that are listed on the study guide part. So we are practicing, other than practicing the questions that they have given you. And again, I recommend that you do them, not so much for doing the question, but because they give you the answers and they tell you what, not only what the right answer is, but they tell you why the other ones are wrong. And because you're not going to see these exact questions on the test, they changed them up, but you now know how they format the question. So this is how you prepare for this test. You're aware of how they format the question. It's not a straightforward question. They're always a scenario question or a question that where you're looking at the pictures and answering a question related to the picture. So that's how you need to be thinking as far as review. All right, the Nearpods that you did last time were for this section here. What you're doing today deals with this part here where you have to know the organelles and cell structure and classification. Okay, so this is the study guide, folks. So read through this, know what topics they're interested in. Like I said, today you're working on structure and function of cells. This is classification right here. What terms that you need to be familiar with, eukaryotes and prokaryotes. So this is your study guide. Can't emphasize this enough, that this will tell you what words that you need to be focused on as you study. Okay? We went through this the other day, the classification of the ecosystem. With the last class on ecosystems, I found that you all didn't answer the question, that they didn't answer the question on um, why is a keystone species important? If you all didn't do that, I'm going to give that as a separate question as well, but it'll also count against you that you did not answer this question. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be checking on that, but just know that if you left that out, it did not give you full credit for completing the that particular Nearpod. Okay, I found that the other class, everybody got 83% because they missed that question. All right. So what I did was I created it as a separate assignment. So it depends on what you all did, whether I create that as a separate assignment for you as well. All right, so I'm going to stop talking. You got all kinds of things. Again, spend the weekend looking over this packet. Like I said, they not only give you the correct answer, but they also tell you why. It says incorrect because. Read those as well, because you will, they might pick the other question, the other things that are wrong to ask the question about. It always tells you the right answer and the wrong answer because. So study this, use this tool like that. Look at the because, not just the right answer to the question. All right, stop talking. Let you get to work. So everybody should have finished the other one. And then the other thing about not doing it during class is if you have to go back and start again, it'll make you start over. So try to finish a Nearpod. Once you enter a Nearpod, try to finish it. Because otherwise, if you try to go back, it'll start you over again. All right, and again, I'm putting in grades. So if you haven't done it, it's going to show up as a 0. So please, please, please use class time to do classwork. Right. Am I missing one person? I also might want to add to you, instead of watching all the crazy TV that you watch over the weekend, you have a whole list of videos in your playlist. Watch those in preparation for the test. Trying to get in where? The Nearpod? Oh, okay. I got you. You're here now. And I love this doing attendance for this class because y'all are always all here. So I can just click a button. If one person is absent, that's easy to do too. So y'all are great. Y'all are great. As far as attendance is concerned, you are the best class I have because your attendance is always perfect. Andrew, I have no score for you for ecosystems. Andre, it looked like you signed in and signed out. Malaysia, I don't have one for you either. Actually, hold on. I don't know what you guys are doing during class time, but you're not doing these things. Just for you. Um, yeah, y'all did that too. Mhm. All right, y'all gonna start falling behind on your assignments. Only 6 people have done. Can you, do you have time to come to the tutorial this afternoon for that, Alicia? Mm, okay. Actually, give me a minute. I'm trying to, because you all didn't answer this question either. I don't know what it was about this question and whether it told you it was extra or something, but people seem to be ducking this question, and it's an important question on the milestone that you know the answer to this question. So for you guys, I'm making it an additional assignment. All right. And I'm going to put that. All right. You guys did the same thing. Those of you who have answered the question did the same thing. Ignored this question on the Nearpod, so I'm making it a separate question. All right. Keystone. On that Nearpod for the ecosystem, the question was, in your own words, briefly explain the importance of keystone species. That's an important question on the milestone. So you need to know the answer to this. Now, this is, I've also added to that same Georgia milestones module. So it's the last question there now. When you answer this question, don't just give me they're important. I need to know exactly why they're important. Keep in mind the circle of life. Why are they important? What happens when they're not there? There's a reason why they're called keystone species. I need to know why they are keystone species. What happens when they're missing? This is a 5-point answer. I want a 5-point answer, not a half a sentence. Okay. All right. So I've added that to your list of things to do because you need to do it. Yeah, I looked at, and you didn't answer this question either. So this is why it's there. So there are 4 of you who completed your ecosystem Nearpod and you did not answer this question. So that's why you don't get 100 on that. I think, is that the Nearpod? I mean, I think it might be the biodiversity one. The biodiversity. Yeah, not the, yeah, biodiversity. This is, so yeah, so this was the last question on biodiversity. And only a couple of you have done it, but those of you who have done it did not answer this question. So you don't get 100 on that one, but we're still going to answer. Everybody needs to answer this question here. And those of you who haven't done it yet, heads up, you're not going to get 100 if you skip this question. You can't go back and do it because it'll make you start the whole thing all over again. All right. So this was from the biodiversity Nearpod. And again, please don't answer it with a short answer because you won't get full 5 points for a short answer. And again, some of you are missing grades for all of them. I don't know what you're doing, what games you're playing, but this is not the time of year to be playing games. You need to stay focused. These are review questions for the test. Remind you again, it's 20% of your grade. So you have 100 now and you fail this test, you're going to have an 80 on your report card because it will drop your grade 20%. So if you're trying to hold on to that A, you need to be studying for this test. This is not the time to be playing games. It's not the time to fall behind. All right, that is my speech. And only 5 of you have done biodiversity. Folks, you're starting to fall behind. And again, if you go into a Nearpod, finish it because once you come out of it, it won't let you back in without starting all over again. Yeah, you can go back and do it again if you wish. But it's gonna make you start over again. And Abner, you're one of those who just missed that last question. So, like I said, it gave y'all for missing that last question, it gave y'all 83% instead of 100 because you missed the last question. So don't worry about going back in to fix it. Answer the question that I posted separately. That will help your grade more than trying to go back and redoing the Nearpod. So don't do that if you've already done it. Jamarian, you might want to do yours over again. Andrew, you want to do yours over again because you probably went in and came out. Folks, these are going in as a grade, so please take your time, pay attention to the video, pay attention to the activities, and answer the questions. Malaysia, check your chat. All right. Anybody else need a breakout moment? Right, there you go. Zoom is doing its thing again, huh? Oh, I know why. I was like wondering why it had an extra person, but it has you listed on here twice. Zoom be zooming. All right, so I am not adding any more new assignments, and y'all need to get caught up with your Nearpods and that Keystone question. But on Wednesday, we are going to do an Earth Day question, and it is a graded assignment, but it's also part of your review. So it will help with that as well. I'm trying to make all assignments geared towards reviewing for the milestone test. So even the Earth Day activity will be a review. All right, so if you finish with your other Nearpods, make sure you answer the Keystone question because that goes with biodiversity. Mhm. All right, good people. If you are in a good place to stop, go ahead and do so. And you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good lunch. Have a great weekend. Study, study, study. And I will see you all on Tuesday.